Orkney is made up of something like 70 islands or thereabout. And I'm just wondering, how do you spread the work of the lieutenancy across 70 islands? And I know some of them are not inhabited. How does the Lord Lieutenancy as opposed to the Lord Lieutenant? Because there's a difference.
The lieutenancy is the name that we would give to all of us who are involved in serving Her Majesty in this county. Now, actually, each county, depending on its size, can have a certain number of deputy lieutenants.
Okay.
Now, in Orkney's case, that's 10. Now, at the moment, we don't have 10, and one of the things that we as a group are looking at is increasing our number so that we do have the maximum. Because with the maximum, we've got a fair chance of ensuring that we've got either somebody, it's about trying to ensure that your team has got that geographical spread.
Okay.
And I think using things like social media has been hugely helpful during lockdown, because I was appointed in January 2020, literally, 6 or 8 weeks before. But anyway, I think all of us, we were faced with this really quite scary period of uncertainty. You know, never before had we been told to stay at home. So I took these words to heart, and I decided, right, use your time well, Elaine. So I basically established the website. I created the website, populated the website, and that joyously took a long time because it kept me really, really busy. So I did that kind of stuff, and it's only really, I suppose, 2020, the Windsor consultation event eventually happened in September. Each year, cadets are appointed, or nominated indeed, to become the Lord Lieutenant's Cadet. Now, these can be drawn from the Army Cadets, the Sea Cadets, or the RAF Cadets. And obviously they are cadets, you know, living and doing their cadety stuff in Orkney. During my time, I had the great privilege of working with Morven Donaldson, who was an RAF cadet, but she has now aged out, as they say, because her time is up. And at the moment, I'm working with Bombardier William Dougal of the Army Cadets, and he will age out in June, because the period of cadet is from Armed Forces Day to Armed Forces Day. So it's 25th of June to 25th of June.
And what do they do during that year then?
During that time, they would assist me as Lord Lieutenant. So if, for example, we had a visit from a member of a royal household, they would be with me and they would take the salute, or they would assist, they would open car doors, they would be available, just whatever it is that needs to be done. And for them, it's a huge honour and a huge opportunity. And in fact, if you look back at some of the photographs of the opening of the hospital, you will see both Morven and William there in their role as Lord Lieutenant's Cadets.
Excellent. You talk about the cadets aging out. Does a Lord Lieutenant age out, or do you continue until such times as you feel enough's enough?
Generally speaking, you age out
Okay.
at 75.
Now, I've been doing some research on another wee video I'm working on about St Magnus Cathedral.
Ah, yes.
And I discovered that as Lord Lieutenant, you're ex officio chair of the Society of Friends of St Magnus Cathedral.
That is correct.
Right. So what does that involve? Because it's an immense place, as you will find out when the video comes out.
Yes. Another huge honour. I mean, St Magnus Cathedral, oh, my heart just swells at the thought of that building, because
it's just something else, isn't it?
It's got such a special place in the hearts of all Orkney folk, you know, whether you're generationally born and bred here, whether you decide to come and live here. And just almost, if it had big arms, I just feel that they come around, you know, and just look after us at that bit. The role, is basically to chair what is called a council, and that is basically a committee of souls drawn from across either the congregation or the wider community. And our job is to manage assets accrued over time, and those assets are there specifically to help maintain and preserve St. Magnus Cathedral. So, for example, at the moment there's been some fantastic activity in the inside with the installation of the internal vestibule.
Yes.
So the Society has made a significant contribution towards that, and in the past has made contributions towards other either additions or repairs or whatever is needed. And it's such an incredible honour to be able to have that shared responsibility with the Council of Friends, because I grew up in Kirkwall, and as a teenager I would be I would spend Saturdays basically wandering around the palaces with my friends.
Yes.
And we would always end up in the cathedral, because when I was a teenager you could wander around the cathedral. You just went running up the tower, and you could
now
just...
You're making me envious.
I know, because things are slightly different now. But each visit, I remember, we would always take our final turn around the cathedral, having come down the tower. We would walk up towards St. Ronald's Chapel, and we would just lay a hand on the sleeping man, who is, of course, Dr. John Rae. And
John Rae, for those of you that might not know, is the great explorer who helped to discover the final stretch of the Northwest Passage.
And what's interesting now is that as Lord Lieutenant, I was invited by the John Rae Society to become a patron.
Wow.
So I'm a patron of the John Rae Society, which brings that kind of full circle to me, as well as my visits to the cathedral. So there's just a wonderful kind of harmonious linkage around all of this, which I love.
Brilliant. I don't really have any more questions to ask, other than, is there anything else you can think that this is what the Lord Lieutenancy gives to Orkney?
It is my fervent hope, because we're not there yet. This is, I've got till I'm 75, so I would dearly love it that there was ultimately a kind of open conversation between the community and the lieutenancy, so that there are organisations and people's names flowing through the whole honours and awards process, because this community is full of people who have given of their time, huge tracts of time, to work with voluntary organisations or play music or...
Well, Elaine, can I say a huge thank you? I mean, the time, I don't know where the time has gone, but it's just passed. I've really enjoyed our chat, and just, I'm sure folks out there watching in will have enjoyed it as well. So thank you very much. And thank you to Freddie, who has decided that his own bed is much more comfortable than sitting between Elaine and I. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.